Hello YouTube! This is our 43rd lesson. We continue this series of HTML, JavaScript lessons and a speech on the topics browser security, overview, JavaScript, and unacceptable behavior for JavaScript code. So, now let's see what happens when your page hosted at gooddomain.com tries to make the request for data using XMLHttpRequest to baddomain.com instead. First, just like before, the browser makes a request for a page on gooddomain.com. This may include JavaScript and CSS files that are also hosted at gooddomain.com. Your browser make a request for a page from gooddomain.com. Server happily serves you your page. Second, but now we have code that wants data from another source, that is baddomain.com. Let's see what happens when the page requires the data using XMLHttpRequest. Your page uses XMLHttpRequest to request data on baddomain.com. The browser sees this request is to a different domain than the page and shuts it down. Request denied. The baddomain.com server never sees a request. Your browser security policy stops it before it ever happens. So, reviewing our options. Nice job, all this code and this won't even work. Can't we just copy our files to the multi-jumble servers? Usually the answer is yes. Say you were a developer working on the code for multi-jumble. Then you typically have access to their servers or to people who could deploy files to the servers for you, and you could place all your files there and avoid any cross-domain issues in this case. However, and we do hate to break your suspension of disbelief, you're not actually working for a multi-jumble where your readers of these books, and we can think of the way to have a couple 100,000 people copy their files to the multi-jumble servers. At least on the budget the editor has given us. So where does that leave us? Have we reached a dead end? No, we still got a few options. Let's step to them. Sorry, ma'am, I can believe that you're from a different domain. Some domain you're good to go, then have a nice day. XMLHttpRequest policy. So what are our options? We gotta be honest with you. We knew all along that the XMLHttpRequest cross-origin request would fail. But as we just said, then you're building apps, you often got access to the server, and so this isn't an issue. And if you're building apps largely depend on your own data, is using XMLHttpRequest is usually the best way to do it. But at this point we can hear you saying, that's great, but how can we get this code working already? Well, we got a couple ways to make that happen. Plan 1. Use our hosted files. We already put files on our server for you and placed the files at this. Let's look on Sublime Text. Exactly, don't forget, you will find all the code materials of this lesson under this video in description. Go ahead and give it a try. by pointing your browser to this URL, and you'll be able to see the same code you typed in so far in action and working. Plan 2. Use another way to get the data. So, XMLHttpRequest is a great way to get data into your apps when the data is hosted at the same domain as your app. But what if you need to really get data from a third party? Say you need data from Google or Twitter, for instance. In those cases, we really do have to break through this problem and find another approach. As it turns out, there is another way based on JSON known as JSONP. If you're curious, it stands for JSON with padding. We agree that sounds weird, but we'll walk through it in just a sec. Get your jetpack on, because the way it works is a little from another planet, if you know what we mean. So, introducing JSONP. We will be talking about this more in the next lesson. And now, JSONP, guys, this is our change to get ahead of Judy for once. So, Joe, Jim, and Frank. Joke. Totally joke. But what is it? Jim sounds like it is another way to get data from web services into our apps. Frank. I'm useless here. I'm just the creative guy. Jim. Frank. I don't think this is bad. I quickly googled JSONP, and basically it is a way of getting the script to get to do the work of retrieving the data. Joe. Is that lagged? Jim. Totally lagged. A lot of big services are supporting it, like Twitter. Frank. Sounds like a hack. Joe. Well, yeah, that's what I was getting at. I mean, how can using the script tag be a kosher way of getting data? I don't even get how that would work. Jim. I'm only a little way into understanding it myself, but think about it this way. When you use a script element, it is retrieving code for you, right? Joe. Right. Jim. Well, what if you put data in that code? Joe. Okay, wheels are turning. Frank. Yeah, you mean hamster wheels. So, and the guru teaches JSONP and introducing of JSONP overview, meet JSONP. We will talk about this in the next lesson. And here is our 40th free lesson about HTML and JavaScript is end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. Put likes, share with friends, and comment. And do exercise every evening, meditate, and drink more water for the brain, eat more banana and chocolate, nuts, and so on. It's help you to understand this programming. So, and that's all. Thank you. Bye.